is going to continue to read, but we do have some additions today that I will just say before her list, and that's Ephraim ben Yehuda David, Hannah Shore, Andy Goldstone, and Gittel Bat Rivka Karen Seltzer. And we can have the rest read by Paula. Thank you.
Chase Diaz, Shaya Eliyahu ben Miriam, Charles Schwartz, Rona Meir ben Yonina, Yenta Hodes bat Esther, Binyamin ben Shmuel Valea, David ben Sarah, Toiba bat Shchana, Elisa Lazarus, Tim Wilson, Rachel Lasa bat Sarah, Mordechai ben Etta, Jerry Katz, Sarah Karen, Bert Berlin, Alan Goldberg, Shimona bat Sarah, Susan Falk, Shmuel ben Donva Erica, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Malka Shifra bat Etta Rojo, Martin Maisie, Loretta Maisie, Vicky Lokatan, Adrian Sonheimer, Dov ben Etta, Trudy Spector, Eleanor Clow, Rivka bat Avram, Barbara Brown, Birish ben Chana, Marcella Kaplan, Maura Furtado, Rena Stern, Sherry Dreyfus, B. Reynolds, Joyce Hotzer, Wendy Hotzer, Daniel Et, Anna Butler, Susan Robinson, Yussel Ben Nachum, Malka Bat Itta, Elaine Gallons, Paula Kaplan, Ray Morris, Saada Bat Rivka, Kyler Logano, Paul Upper, Randy Bat Sarah, Aviva Bat Chaya, Mordechai Shmuel Ben Sossi, Gabriel Ben Ruth, Dina Leah Bat Sarah Vadovid, Yitzchak, Reut Bat Chana, Irene Van Oski, Patricia Franzwick, Debbie Wilk, Rivi Blas, Gregory Labato, Abraham Yona Ben Sarah Leah, Shoshana Bat Dizzy, Dizzy Bat Chana, Joan Silver, Moshe Yosef Ben Miriam, Shana Stein, Hilda Fisher, Esther Perel Bat Fagel, Paul Freeman, Jill Aprin, Ira Morrison, Italea Bat Fredel, Lisa Ryman, Moshe Idol Ben Malka, Maximilian Brewer, Barry Shapiro, Steve Schreiber, Toby Levy, Audrey S., Joette Labinger, Gina Seaman, Lori Schlissman, Esther Batliba, Louis Abolak, Moshe David Ben Shalom, Yosef Pesach Ben Penina Esther, Matthias Yehud Ben Shoshana, Shimon Bat Esther, Robert Rudnick, Dana Saltzman, Robert Levine, Devorah Bat Leah, James Donovan, Aaron Ben Chana, Beverly Weinberg, Marcy Strickle, Tova Shilon, Carmen Wright. May they all have a refuah shlema.
Thank you so much. Toby, if you would.
You're talking about Toby Holtzman now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Misha Beira Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishabera imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Today, our teacher is Barbara Esring, and she will begin Psalm 60.
We're on Psalm 60 today. Thank you. For the leader on Shushan Edut, a michtam of David to be taught. Michtam. It's a word that we've started each psalm with since last Tuesday, Psalms 56 through 60. And with this word, we've started with this word michtam. Rashi suggests that michtam refers to an item that a person carries with him or her at all times, so that these psalms are containing concepts or ideas that are pertinent at every stage throughout our lives, concepts that may be vital to our spiritual awareness. I was confused by the time period that's given in the second verse. When he fought with Aram Naharaim and Aram Zobah, and Yoav returned and defeated Edom, an army of 12,000 men in the Valley of Salt. These wars are described in 2 Samuel 8 and 10. They refer to victories. The next verses of the psalm are a lament. This is a michtam of David to be taught. What essential idea is David supposed to teach? The psalm continues. O God, you have rejected us. You have made a breach in us. You have been angry. Restore us. You've made the land quake. You've torn it open. Mend its fissures, for it is collapsing. You have made your people suffer hardships. You have given us wine that is poison. Give those who fear you because of your truth a banner for rallying. Selah. We are in the midst of a global pandemic for which there is no cure, no vaccine to protect us. We're in the midst of global financial strife, high unemployment rates, businesses closing, schools and universities unsure how to instruct their students in the fall. We're in the midst of global racial protests, people crying for an end to discrimination that has been festering for years. What are we to learn from this time that we're living right now? I feel the earth shaking. I feel people around me suffering. Can we feel the hardships of others? How will we rally? Psalm continues, that those whom you love might be rescued. Deliver with your right hand and answer me. God promised in God's sanctuary that I would exultingly divide up Shechem and measure the valley of Sukkot. Gilad and Manasseh would be mine, Ephraim my chief stronghold, Yehuda my scepter. Moab would be my wash basin, on Edom I would cast my shoe. Acclaim me, O Pleshet. Would that I were brought to the bastion. Would that I were led to Edom. But you have rejected us, O God. God, you do not march with our enemies. Grant us your aid against the foe, for the help of human beings is worthless. Has God rejected us? Can we find God marching with our armies? Is the help of humans worthless? And will God trample our foes? Or do we need to work with our fellow human beings to change how we behave toward one another? To recognize God within each of us, to listen to each other, to recognize that our foes may think differently from us, but are still human beings, to recognize that even our friends with similar goals will achieve those goals in a way that may be different from our own. And who are our foes? Might they be our own prejudices, our own biases? I think that recognition of our responsibility to our fellow human beings is the michtam, the vital piece of information that we carry with us every day, and that David was to teach to future generations. And with that knowledge, we can conclude the psalm with praise of God. With God we shall triumph. God will trample our foes.
That was just beautiful, Barbara. Thank you so much. Certainly something we could all relate to. Thank you. Now, I guess it's still afternoon. Faye is going to do our Kaddish list. And I do want to just inform you all, if you didn't know, that Madeline Saul from Florida region passed away this morning. Many of us knew her, and she hasn't had her funeral yet, but I did want to mention that. And today is your site for Tzvi, Aryeh Ben Asher, Louis Wolitz. And Faye, if you can read that list, please.
We remember Evelyn Seelig, Sue Press, Leona Elligberg, Lisa Blumenfeld, First Sergeant Amit Ben Yigal, Jesus Bolina, David Copeland, Louis Hoser, Ivan Stanton, Julie Wynn, Louis Berlin, Hilda Stern, Sylvia Kraus, Hope Dellin, Jack Honowitz, Lillian Benjamin, Yeshua Ruvain HaKohen Ben Aharon Varivka, Mina Asserman, Richard Marhit, Lillian Rappaport, Eden Rich, Edan Ronan Greenstein, Susan Berman Levine, Abraham Ben Hirschlieb, Lillian Tobias, Alicia Niemzura, Jenny Zlotnick, Helen Goldberg, Mark Schwartz, Dr. J. Marlin, Linda Hornick, Rabbi Sigma Faye Corin, Donna Spector, Laurie Cabot, Alan Feldman, Samuel Ben Chaim, Andrew Kurtech, Rabbi Ken Roseman, Hannah Rich, Stephen Lazarus, Moisha Miller, Stephen Carlin, Dolores Megan, Richard Marek, Doris Kaufman Shaman, Benjamin Zimmerman, Moshe Elias, Phyllis Haas, Thornton Soup Saperstein, Dr. Merle Goldman, Ruth Simons, Moshe Shrega HaKohen Ben Bacha Mina, Herb Lubars, Rita Rifkin Libman, Julie Horwich, Georgia Young, Allison Stopel Weaver, Herman Hintz, Harold I. Abramson, Faye Grossman, Moshe Edel Ben Malka Vishmuel, and Judy Berger. May their memories be for a blessing.
Thank you. Thank you, Faye. For those that are observing your site, we're saying Kaddish. Anyone that's moved? All right, Faye, you want to begin it, and I'll keep the cursor going, okay? You want to?
Gadol.
No. Kaddish.
Yetadar, Yetalav, Yetalal, Shnei, B'Kudashah, Nabiran, B'Yama, Amen. Heish, Rabba, Benjamin, Israel,
Hey, Shlomo. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom,
Shalom,
See you tomorrow. And thank you again for Barbara for teaching, and for Toby for singing, and for Faye and for Judy to read our list today.